Welcome to the show tonight. I'm Junaid Jahangir with the Inside News on NJ Television. Tonight I have a very special guest. I would introduce you with the guest tonight is none other than Patrick Brown. And whenever there is Patrick Brown, there is always things going on. So many things going on associated to him, or he is associated to too many things. But right now in the politics, in the city government politics, I would say he's very much in for the mayorship of Brampton. Thank you so very much, Mr. Patrick Brown, for joining in tonight.
Well, thank you for having me on your show. Really looking forward to this.
Sure. Okay, so first of all, since I'll be asking you so many things, there are so many things to ask you, and our viewers want you to ask, and to answer the questions. So first of all, I'll ask you about the Pakistani community. How do you see the role of Pakistani community when it comes to the development of Ontario, when it comes to the development of Brampton, the GTA, the Canada? How do you see that?
Well, a strong Pakistani community is of tremendous benefit to Canada, to Ontario, to Brampton. And I'm probably not objective. I have a deep love for the Pakistani community. I've been to Pakistan not once but twice. The first time I went was in 2010 because of the horrific floods, and I was one of the advocates that Canada International Aid helped out. I went to visit the flooded areas. I was in that trip. I visited Islamabad, Karachi, and Lahore. And then in 2016, when the Premier of Ontario at the time said Pakistan wasn't safe, I went to show that it was safe, that I did feel welcome, that it was a beautiful country. I went back to Lahore, and I had a wonderful, wonderful time. The Pakistani people in Ontario are hardworking, they're family people, they're decent, they build the community, they're charitable, they're generous. And I think a growing Pakistani community is a wonderful thing for Canada, a wonderful thing for Ontario, and a wonderful thing for the city of Brampton.
That's great. Since you said that you visited Pakistan not only once but twice, this is a great thing for us.
You know what they say when you're in Lahore, you haven't been born until you've been to Lahore.
Exactly, that's correct. That's correct.
And I've been twice, so I guess I've been born twice.
You would like me to say in Punjabi?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Jine Lahore nahi dekhya ho, jamya hi nahi. It says as you said, right? In English. So yes, absolutely. So in particular, before we go forward, how do you, if I ask you something about Lahore, you have visited some historic places in like Shalimar Bagh, like Fort of Lahore, like the Bachai Mosque in Lahore. You met with the CM of the
yeah,
government
I met with the CM when I was there, and obviously visited the historic sites. I visited. The neat thing too was there was churches, there was mosques, there was mandirs, there was different religious buildings that were all, beautiful historic sites. And so seeing them, it was a real honor. I also say that I stayed at the Inner Pearl Hotel in Lahore.
Okay.
Beautiful hotel. And the government there, when I was there the first day, they hosted a beautiful dinner. I think I had the best kheer I've ever had. That dessert, the kheer.
Oh, kheer, yeah.
It was delicious. So if you want to have the best kheer in the world, go to Lahore.
Okay, no, that is also available. That you'll also taste in here in Brampton. There are so many Pakistan restaurants, you see. So there are so many desserts, and you would probably we'll go together. No worries.
Absolutely. I should mention on my most recent trip to Pakistan, I was joined by Senator Selma Tulajan. Selma's a good friend. She's the first Pakistani woman to be named to the Canadian Senate. She is a wonderful, wonderful individual, and having her there with me was wonderful for the experience. Also, Samir Doso from the Canadian Pakistani Business Association was with me, and me and Ashraf, who's active in Peel region in the Pakistani community. They were there with me, and Ahmed Atia. We had a great group. We had a great trip, and I have to say, when I left Pakistan, what I thought to myself was, I can't wait until I can go back.
Wow. So it was the second time that you visited?
Yes.
It was the second time. So okay.
And I want to go again.
Oh, okay, yeah. My third question is regarding that. So since there's a change of power in Pakistan, Imran Khan has come up as a new, very popular Prime Minister in Pakistan. So how do you see the change in particular, and how would you like, as you said that you would like to visit again or meet the Pakistani leadership, or what if they come up here, the Pakistani leadership, and to have some mutual things together? There's so many things
There's so much opportunity for engagement. Right now, People go to that corner of the world often.
Yeah.
But there's engagement with India, which is important. There's engagement with China, which is important. But for some reason, we seem to forget Pakistan. And there's a growing economy here. There's opportunity here. And so I really believe we should be pitching jobs and investment to Pakistan. Frankly, with the diaspora here in Canada, I think there's a natural friendship, a natural relationship that we need to seize. I think we've been lackadaisical when it comes to the friendship and the relationship with Pakistan. And I think there's an economic benefit to Canada for that relationship.
Exactly, that's correct. As you said, before going to your mayorship activities, I would like to ask you one thing in particular, absolutely, regarding the minorities in Pakistan. As you said, there are mandis, there are churches in Pakistan. There are so many communities living in Pakistan, and it's peacefully they are living in. But there's a perception that no, there is something not good for such communities.
So I felt very safe in Pakistan. I think every country has their work to do when it comes to the protection of religious minorities. And obviously Pakistan, there are many politicians who are continuing the crusade for the protection of religious freedom in Pakistan. And just like, I have always encouraged that. And I know that there is popular support for that in Pakistan as well. I should mention that when I was there, a musician was the one that toured me around, a fellow by the name, the first time, Abrar al-Haq. And they showed me the hospital he was building. And one of the beautiful things about Pakistan is that communities come together for charity. Communities come together to build Pakistan. And I just think there's a real sense of collectivity, a real sense of community in Pakistan.
Okay, so now let's talk about something that's the city government politics, and you're contesting for mayorship, as you have announced about that. So many people have concerns that why Peter Brown is as now mayor of Brampton. So first question, straight, why should the people choose you as their mayor?
So we need to get Brampton back on track. You know, this is a great city, a dynamic city, but crime is going through the roof. Traffic is going through the roof. Taxes are going through the roof, and most people in Brampton, 2/3 of Brampton has to go outside of Brampton to go to work each day. We've lost jobs and investment. And I want to turn that all around. You know, this is the city that Bill Davis helped build. This is Brampton, and we need a mayor who's going to go after jobs and investment, who's going to work with the police to keep our communities safe, that is going to invest in infrastructure to deal with gridlock. You know, we've been on a negative spiral, and we have to change that. We've got to get Brampton back on track.
Okay, so how about, as you said, there's so many things are going through the roof. How about the auto premiums, that the insurance, auto insurance? This is every citizen, every resident of Brampton, whoever has a car in Brampton has the issue. Would you be doing something on that?
So auto insurance is set by the provincial government, it won't be set by the city, but I will be encouraging the provincial government to do the right thing. You know, when I was the opposition leader at Queen's Park, I included in my platform the People's Guarantee, a commitment to end geographical discrimination when it comes to insurance rates. That's a commitment. That's a commitment that was made by the PC party when they were in opposition, and I hope now that they're in government they will honor that commitment. And rest assured, if they do not, I will be holding their feet to the fire, saying you need to honor your commitments. You must end geographic discrimination when it comes to insurance. It's not right that if you live in a different community that your insurance is dramatically less, and you're penalized. You're penalized
exactly
for your postal code if you live in Brampton. That's not right. That's not fair.
That's not fair, exactly. As you said that you have been doing things on that too. So you'll be putting this issue to the concerned authorities and then to the provincial government, right?
Absolutely pressuring the provincial government to honor their commitment on that.
Honor their commitment, okay. So as we see that, and our viewers know it very well, that you have been playing your vital role in as an MP in the federal parliament, in the Ontario Parliament as well. So now the city. So there are three different segments of the government. So how do you justify yourself that yes, I'm the best?
So I think my track record speaks for itself. I'm a hard worker. I'm energetic, and I get results. And you know, frankly, I understand that there's only one taxpayer. I've served at all three levels, municipal, provincial, and federal. And you can't point your fingers at each level. There's one taxpayer. You know, I've got long roots in Brampton. My dad's been practicing law. My dad's been in Brampton for 40 years. He's been practicing law in Brampton since before the new courthouse was even built. And a lot of people don't know that before I was an MP, I worked as a lawyer in Brampton. That's what my professional career was before I was a member of Parliament. I know what this city is capable of. I know what our city is capable of. We just got to get Brampton back on track.
Exactly. This was my next question that you answered in this question as well, that the opponents claim that you are more appropriate for Barrie, or you have been representing them. So now you are not the one who can represent Brampton. So that you answered that you have been practicing in here.
Yeah. So I know the mayor said that she's been in Brampton 35 years, and how can someone run if they're new to Brampton? But let me say this. Brampton is a city built by new Canadians. It's this beautiful mosaic. And I think it's wrong to say you can't run if you're new. You can't run. And, you know, I'm not even going to defend the fact that my father's been in Brampton for 40 years. That's an aside. I think she is wrong, the mayor is wrong to say you can't participate in elections if you're new to town. Frankly, the beauty of Canada is it doesn't matter where you were born. It doesn't matter who you love, the color of your skin. Everyone should have equal opportunity. And it's not who's been here the longest. It should be who has the best ideas. Frankly, if it's a competition of who's been here the longest, it's going to be the same country club, the same old boys that run everything. What I love about Canada is that we're a story of opportunity. What I love about Canada is that anyone can achieve anything in this country. Let me give you an example. One of our new MPPs is Emajot Sandhu. Do you know he was an international student just a few years ago? And now he's a member of provincial parliament. You know what that tells me? There are not barriers in Canada. And so when the political leadership at Brampton City Hall tries to say, you know, it's a contest of who's been here the longest, that's wrong. That's not Canada. Canada is the land of opportunity.
The other example could be myself, that I'm sitting in here asking questions to the would-be mayor, probably, and the politician, the Canadian politician. There are equal opportunities in here in Canada for the new immigrants, right? So,
and how long have you been in Canada?
It's been 3 years.
And here you are having your own show. That is an example of Canada. You wanted to be in the media, you wanted to engage, and you went for it with all your heart. And I don't want anyone telling us, whatever your dreams are, if you want to be a doctor, you want to be a teacher, you want to be a politician, you want to be a star cricket player, you want to be a mayor like I do. I don't want anyone saying that you can't if you're not, unless you're an old school Canadian. I don't buy that. It's not based on who's been here the longest. It's based on ideas. It's based on perseverance. It's based on dedication and work ethic. That's the Canadian story.
And it's based on what the Canada represents,
exactly.
what Canada is.
Exactly.
Right? So the other things, as you mentioned, Mayor, I have her quote in here. If Mr. Brown was serious about representing the people of the city, he should have invested some time to get to know and be involved in the community, volunteer more and this and that, as you just answered. One more thing in particular that I'm going to ask you is, Mayor's office say that you are here in the city politics to rehabilitate your career. What does that mean?
So, let me say, it would be easy to exchange mudslinging. You know, Linda Jeffrey was a Kathleen Wynne cabinet minister. Let me say there's no shortage of commentary I have on the Wynne Liberals and their follies. But I'm not going to touch that. Because I think the mayor should run on her record. I know she puts out a press release attacking me, but it shouldn't be about mudslinging against your political opponents. They do that in the United States right now with Donald Trump and all the parties. They throw mud at each other. But we shouldn't do that here. So I'm not going to respond with mudslinging to the mayor. I'm going to campaign on my plan to keep Brampton safe, to get traffic down, to bring jobs and investment to Brampton, to keep taxes manageable. I'm going to campaign on my plan. And frankly, I would say to the mayor, attacking others and not willing to run on your own platform says a lot in itself. Because if you're proud of your record on crime reduction, you'll talk about that. If you're proud of your record on traffic, you'll talk about that. If you're proud on your record of jobs and investment, you'll talk about that. But the reality is, crime has gone up. Traffic has gone up. Jobs are disappearing. And so when a politician can't campaign on their own record, they attack others. And I'm not going to respond to those attacks. I'm going to focus on what we can do to get Brampton back on track.
Right, back on track, and here it's a time for a short break. Mr. Patrick Brown is here tonight with us, so short break.
A criminal charge can be an ugly and nasty surprise. Don't let bad decisions or unfortunate circumstances take control of your life. The criminal lawyers at Alam Law Chambers will listen to your story and develop the best defense for you. Nothing in life is more important than your freedom. Reliable and affordable. Alam Law.
This is the world of internet. You have everything on your computer and mobile screen. If you wish to promote your business through internet, especially to perfect target market, then you have just one reliable name, NJ Marketing, offering various marketing solutions like social media marketing, telemarketing, email marketing, search engine optimization, graphic designing, web designing and development, and mobile application development. So call now at 647-824-1485 or email at njmarketing15@gmail.com or log on to njmarketing.ca.
We at Albarka Travel are passionate about our clients' entire journey, from dream to experience to memory. We are not only the #1 Umrah agent in Canada, but also guarantee the cheapest airfare to Pakistan, India, Middle East, and Europe. Albarka Travel, combining your ideas with its experience and expertise to deliver you the most enjoyable travel experience and vacation packages possible. Get in touch at 905-232-6566. Albarka Travel. Explore the world with us.
An exclusive multi-designer studio specialized in wedding planning services, bridal wear, casual party wear, jewelry, shoes, purses, dupattas, men's and kids' clothes. You name it, we have it. Some of the Pakistani designer labels we carry are Sani K, Aga Noor, Sana Safinaz, Anas Abrar, Zainab Chutani, Wahaj Khan, Fatma Khan, and many more. Parahan, sheer elegance. We believe in quality service and best price.
You can contact 9075 Teddy Road West, Unit Number 1, Milton, Ontario.
रंग वाली भरम वाली न्यूज वाले व्यूज वाले खेल वाले मेल वाले कराची वाले खैबर वाले लाहौर वाले और पिंडी वाले इन शॉट पूरे पाकिस्तान वाले चिली मिली के हमत वाले कैंडीलैंड चिली मिली।
मैं हूं जहांगीर खान, स्क्वाश कोर्ट का चैंपियन, लेकिन रियल एस्टेट इन्वेस्टमेंट का चैंपियन मोहम्मद कामरान हुसैन। मुझे उन पर यकीन है, आप भी करके देखिए।
जहांगीर खान और हजारों क्लाइंट्स का चहेता मोहम्मद कामरान हुसैन। रेजिडेंशियल प्रॉपर्टीज और इन्वेस्टमेंट्स दोनों के लिए ही सही मशवरा, सही फैसला। मकान जिसे आप अपना घर कहने में फख्र महसूस करेंगे। मोहम्मद कामरान हुसैन, 4163185264।
Welcome back to the Inside News with Junaid Jahangir. Patrick Brown is tonight our guest. As before the break, you said that there are so many things going through the roof. So there are no jobs. The violations are there. I would say the crime rate is growing. So what is your strategy would be to cater these all things?
So when it comes to jobs and investment, I think we have to be aggressive and chase jobs and investment. Hazel McCallion, the famous mayor from Mississauga, used to cold call businesses and say, let me show you our employment lands. Let me show you the opportunity in our city. You can't wait for jobs and investment to come for you. You have to pick up the phone. You have to pitch your city. You need to be hungry. I want to get on the phone. I want to tour Brampton. I want to show businesses the beautiful city we have and why there's opportunity to locate your investment here. When it comes to traffic, we need to pitch for a fair deal for Brampton. We need infrastructure investment from the provincial and federal governments. The population growth has far exceeded infrastructure dollars, and frankly, we should have a world-class transit system in Brampton. We don't, and we need to demand fair participation and fair contributions from the senior levels of government.
Okay.
And on policing, we have to have the resources to respond to calls. The fact that there are crimes that are going unattended, the fact that we have police officers tied up in work that isn't police work and takes them away from their responsibility of keeping Brampton safe and Peel Region safe, shows a lack of leadership, shows a lack of understanding the bigger picture. And that's why I am committed, I am determined to make sure Brampton is safe, that we stop this escalating crime, that we reduce congestion in traffic, and that we get Brampton back on track with jobs and investment.
So these are some of your pledges or your promises that you'll be coming up with. So you are hopeful that within your next tenure, you'll be doing great change in Brampton.
I want to see a Brampton that is prosperous, and I know we can do it. I know we can do it.
Yeah, you can do that. Okay. So beside that all, some circles of city governments or some circles are saying that, are claiming that Linda Jaffrey is a more, I would say, favorable candidate to be a mayor, next mayor. Do you contest?
So I think the mayor's office wants to keep everything the same. They want the same old, same old. But I think the vast majority of the city wants change. I think the vast majority of the city wants change. The old clique at City Hall, they have had control long enough. And where has it got us? Crime's up, traffic's up, congestion's up, taxes are up. I think we need a new approach, and that's why I'm so heartened by the fact that so many people are volunteering, so many people are offering to help out. Even the majority of the mayor's city council wants a new mayor. I think that says a lot in itself, and so I'm excited by the challenge. I'm excited by the opportunity, hopefully, to be able to work on Brampton's return as a prosperous, successful city.
Okay. So Brown, do you think that there should be a difference between productive criticism or to assassination, the character assassination or political assassination? This has been a part of our politics. It is an irony of us. Shouldn't be grown up enough to not to do these practices.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of mudslinging, of negative attack ads. That's why I'm not going to respond to the mayor's mudslinging. It's not, in my opinion, the style of politics that I like.
Right. So therefore, you are not. Of course, we contest it.
I want to focus on what I want to do for Brampton. It shouldn't be about pulling down your adversaries. It should be about what you're going to do.
Since this is going to be a neutral sort of questioning and neutral show, so there are some viewers out there behind the screens. They want to know, have you done something or what you have done so far for those who put allegations onto you? Have you done something? This is a neutral thing, so neutral viewers are watching it.
Yeah, and so obviously false accusations are very hurtful. Hurtful to my family and my friends. It's why I proceeded with an $8 million defamation lawsuit against CTV, and that's before the courts. But ultimately, I think that media organization, the fact that they made so many errors, that frankly they're liable for that. And dollars can't replace the hurt and pain that I felt from that, but we're going to make sure that the court process holds them accountable for that defamation. But let me say this: one of the beautiful things is the Pakistani community, the Muslim community, throughout this ordeal was so kind to me, so decent. I was going to community functions, and they tell me, Patrick, we know it wasn't right. We know the way you got stabbed in the back, it wasn't right. The community was just so kind. The people like Raja Ashraf, the radio host, coming up to me, giving me a hug, saying, we believe in you. Wakas Gondal from the Urdu Times giving me a hug and saying, "We believe in you." So many people, so many community leaders in the Pakistani community were so kind during what was a very difficult period. And I won't forget that. And frankly, I'm proud that I have always stood as a friend to the Muslim community. I remember a few years ago we had the debate on M103, the motion condemning Islamophobia.
Yeah.
And I was proud to be the only conservative leader in the country who supported motion M103 condemning Islamophobia. And I said, hate is hate is hate. And if it's hate against someone of Jewish faith or Hindu faith or Catholic faith, it's wrong. And it's just as wrong if it's hate against someone of Muslim faith.
Yeah.
And I gave a speech in the legislature that said, Muslim Canadians are family-oriented, kind, good people that build our communities. And we should never tolerate hate. We should never tolerate hate. And we should condemn it and stand shoulder to shoulder. And this motion happened right after the heinous Quebec terrorist attacks. And I gave this passionate speech, and people were surprised. The only conservative and the leader to support Iqra Khalid's motion.
Yeah.
And I did it because I know it was right. And I have to say, what is beautiful about the Muslim community is when I fell down, when I had people attack me, it was members of the community that came to me and said, "We want to help you back up. We don't forget that you were there for us." And I have to say, that's something that I'm never going to forget. The kindness of the community is something I'm never going to forget.
And that a couple of such a hate incidents has happened, and I would say that in Ottawa and in Brampton, in GTA, they have been reported that hate against Muslims have been shown against the the scarf. So this is a basic right. This is their freedom, right? And this is what the Canada stand for, right?
It is, and I know my political adversaries, the ones who attacked me, were upset with me for the stand I took. But I'd take it again. I would do the same thing again. Hate is hate is hate. And I'm proud of the stand I took. I'm proud of the speech I gave. Because I think the beauty of Canada is that we're all proudly Canadians. And if one Canadian's being attacked, we're all being attacked. And we stand shoulder to shoulder with everyone part of this beautiful Canadian family.
Right. Aside from the just being hurt or it has been painful to you, do you think it damaged you personally and politically that you had to step down?
Of course it hurt more than just my emotions. I was about to be the Premier of Ontario.
Yeah.
I was about to be elected the Chief Minister of Ontario. And frankly, it's not just my personal loss. I think it's a loss for all those that wanted to build a modern, inclusive, progressive Conservative Party in Ontario. I can tell you, if I had been the Premier of Ontario, I would have been a great friend to the Muslim community, to the Pakistani community, I can't do that now, but God has a reason for everything, and now I just hope that I can be a great mayor to Brampton, a great friend to the community in Brampton, and we're going to make this city successful. We're going to get Brampton back on track, and I'm motivated to do a great job at that task.
But don't you think that the PC party's perception and the vision that you had to represent in your capacity if you were the Premier of Ontario, now the Doug Ford has the opportunity to show that vision to the Ontario?
I think we're different types of conservatives. I'm a Bill Davis conservative. There's Donald Trump conservative and there's Bill Davis conservatives. I'm not a Donald Trump conservative. I was one that felt that we're all in this together. Doesn't matter where you're born, doesn't matter the color of your skin, doesn't matter what God you worship, doesn't matter how much money you have. We're all in this together. We're going to build a prosperous Ontario together. That was my mentality. It was Bill Davis-like.
And I'm not sure if you are aware of the facts that or not that Imran Khan, the new Prime Minister of Pakistan, has been attacked with some allegations as you have, right? So a couple of persons raised up against him and tried to depoliticize, tried to defame him. But he grew up, he came up, and he now is the chief of the country, So best wishes for you. But before wrapping up the show, I would like to ask you that it's going to happen on October 22nd.
October 22nd, and anyone that wants to help out and get involved, you can go to my website, votepatrickbrown.com. On Facebook, Vote Patrick Brown, or you can go to Patrick Brown ONT on Twitter and Instagram. We'd love to get you involved. It's going to be an exciting campaign, and I hope you'll join me on this journey to get Brampton back on track.
Back on track, and so you seem to be very much hopeful to be a new mayor of Brampton. So what if I ask you if you don't win the mayorship election?
Well, I'm a pretty positive individual, and I feel optimistic that it's going to work out. The response we've been getting at the doors is very encouraging, and we're going to work hard to make sure that we get a successful result on October 22nd.
Okay, thank you so very much for being here with us.
Thank you
so very much. Thank you. It's been a pleasure that Patrick Brown has been here. I asked about the allegations that were put on him. He frankly answered the questions and the things going on. We are very much hopeful, hope for the best, and thank you so very much for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching NJ Television.
Alhamdulillah.